'cause my monsters are real, and that train had a kill, and there's no coming back, and nature's laughing how I feel.
It's your boy Daniel, aka Sunshine of the S&D Podcast. I'm joined with my buddy Bob Alvis. Bob, how we doing?
Doing well.
You know, people really loved the table flipped part 1 that we did where you interviewed me. So you know what? I'm going to turn it over to you. Let's do a part 2 for the people.
Okay. I see where you've been getting into interviewing a lot lately about pool and interviewing some, I don't know if you would call them poolsters or whatnot, but what made you decide to get into the pool realm?
So what made me decide to get into that, honestly, was the fact that when I tore my ACL, I couldn't really play any other sports that I used to play, and that was basketball, bowling, things like that. So I tried to find something that, you know, I could do without really injuring myself worse than I already have, and pool kind of took that over for me. And I've been playing in the APA for 5 years. Took 1 year off due to COVID and just some health things. But I just really enjoy playing pool, and I enjoy the game. I've learned so much from so many people, and it's honestly not talked about a lot, at least in this area. And honestly, unless you're in the pools, like ring pool element, not many people know about it.
Yeah, what is the APA?
So the APA is the American Pool Players Association. Basically, it's a beginner league for pool players, and that's basically for like people that either know the game well and want to just have fun, or for people like myself when I started don't know diddly squat about it other than when I first started, I only knew 8-ball. I didn't know all the other games like 9-ball, 10-ball, one pocket, things like that. So it's basically just a beginner's league.
Yeah, don't scratch. That's all I know. Don't hit the cue in the pocket. Speaking of scratching, what have you learned that you would want to scratch from your repertoire as, I don't want to do that anymore?
You know, to be honest, I haven't really had one of those yet, other than maybe, well, honestly, nothing. You know, the more I think about it, there's really nothing that I've talked about or that I've tried to talk about that I haven't really hit the nail on the head. It's like, no, we're not doing that again. We've actually branched out with our podcast. We started a little mini series, as we call it, called Relationship Talk, and we've gotten a lot of great feedback on that. So I think trying to expand more onto that, you know, just more things like that, just staying with the pop culture, but also being able to interact with people.
You've done some Zoom interviews, and you've done some interviews where you will go to the game or go to the pool competition, then interview the participants afterwards. Talk about the differences and which ones you like better.
So me personally, I like the Zoom ones better, or more so over the in-persons, just because it gives me more time to prepare. But I also do like the in-person ones where like after a game or after a pool match, because I'm there, I'm taking notes, and I'm able to ask them spot on, like, what was going through your mind when you did such and such, or you played, like, things like that.
We're in April of 2026. In April of 2027, where do you want the S&D podcast to be?
Well, a year down the road from now, I'm hoping that we're going to be expanding more into the pool, whether that be us covering in other states. I've been working with Justin Clark of the Pool Series, and they're mainly branched out of North Carolina, Charlotte area. So I'm hoping to work closely with him to be able to branch more into the Pool Series. And I'm also hoping to be able to branch more with high school come next year, especially during basketball season, as this year I've started doing some, and I was able to catch up with some of the coaches, DJ Best, Matt Klein, and head coach of John Hanley, Zach, who were the state champions. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, and I'm sorry for that, but it's very hard for me to pronounce it.
Zach Harold Zook, the state championship coach at John Hanley in the 4A realm. They came down and beat EC Glass and then continued on and won the state championship. So a lot of people may be surprised by that locally, but John Hanley was a very, very good team, and they do return a few key pieces to that team. So best of luck covering next year, covering the year after that, and the year after that.
I tell you what, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing John Hanley play, and I'm hoping they're going to be on EC Glass's schedule next year, because I was at that game, and that was very, very intense game, and it came down to the very last second. We just want to thank you guys for listening to the S&D podcast today. We just want to appreciate everybody for tuning in. Just remember, you can check us out on Apple, YouTube, and Spotify. And we look forward to talking to you guys in our next episode. Yes, sir.